Hey guys, what is happening? We are back today with the almighty Man United tactic. Oh god, Man United. Ugh. I've been demoted to the kitchen today because the little dude's playing Fortnite in there, so I've been kicked out, so I'm in here freezing. And I've put together by request, thanks to the little dude, so you can thank him in there because I didn't see the comment, for a current Man United tactic. Now, Man United at the minute are in a very strange place because when you look at the results, they shouldn't be doing that well, but when you look at the league, they're still up there. Personally, I'm not a Man United fan, but personally, I don't think Solskjaer's the right man. He's been there, is this his third, fourth season now? We're coming into, and he still doesn't know. I'm unfortunately an Arsenal fan, but just like us, he doesn't know his best 11, his best position, his best tactics. He's sort of got an idea of what he wants to do. So with this tactic, it's the closest I could get from watching them. What Man United offer and what they're trying to do, but they're a very strange team, and I do think they need that manager to take them to the next level. He's done well, he's built, but they need something else, as I say. So the team, as we can see, is what we've gone with on here. So Varane, Maguire at the back, De Gea in there. I don't know what you guys see in him. I've never rated him, but there he is. Wan-Bissaka, Telles, Greenwood on the right, McTominay, Pogba, Fernandes, Rashford, and Ronaldo, should you be so lucky. Now, obviously, there's been Fred playing in midfield as well. So the team's up for debate. I mean, you don't have to play with a full Man United squad. You can chop and change. I don't have too many Man United players. I'm not playing with a Premier League squad this year, so when we move on to the tactics, we'll fill in. But you're looking at the 4-2-3-1, the second variant, with the wingers as it is pretty much what Man United play at the minute. And the simple tactic is give the ball to Ronaldo and pray. No, so Man U at the minute, like I say, they want to play counter-attacking football, and I think they've had the most offsides for them. So Man U have caught more teams. I think Leeds is a close second this season, but so they play quite a high line, but quite a reserved backliners that they're watching, but they're always watching for that opening. They don't play. They sort of play it's weird. They've got a counter-attacking style, but they don't capitalise on it. Then they move into, so they want to counter, but then they go into tiki-taka, but they don't have that explosive pace going forward. They rely on Ronaldo as sort of a target man, and then they want to press, but they don't press. So it's a very interesting set of tactics, and it's like they just don't have that goal to just go in and go for the kill like they've been known for in the past. However, my team is not quite. So we've got a few Man United rejects in the team. The rest I've just put together, but that's sort of the squad that you're looking at or aiming for. You can play a 4-3-3 and drop Bruno into midfield if you want. You can get Fred in there, whoever you want. But anyway, that is down for yourself. So, as I say, 4-2-3-1, second variant. Pretty simple in most. I mean, you have Ronaldo as your lone striker, but the two wingers, so Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, whoever you're playing, sort of operate as inside forwards anyway, so they cut in. So if we move on to the tactics, we'll break it down. So a defensive style, we're going for pressure on heavy touch, because that's what Man United seem to do at the minute. They don't apply a constant pressure, they wait, and they want to counter, but then they move into a tiki-taka style of football. So you don't want constant pressure and have people running all over, because they are quite... It's just the midfield. The two in midfield seem to be horrendous, and it's weird to watch because Pogba for France is unreal. It was unreal for Juve, but then you watch him in a Man U shirt and it's just like, it just doesn't work. And then he'll have a game that is brilliant and then he'll go missing for a year. But they do try and hold a steady formation and wait for that counter. So if you can utilise counter attack, if you want to go for that realism in game, by all means, go for it. But yeah, pressure on heavy touch is where we are, because you don't want them running about burning down stamina. You want them quite reserved, so you basically just waiting for that bad touch, get on the ball, and then you start controlling the field. So it's quite a wide formation anyway, but on defence we'll just go a little bit wider, just to cover the wings. And the depth, 65. Now you can drop it to 60 if you do get hit a bit too hard on counters, but as I say, we're playing to Man United strength now. As I've said in other videos, this year FIFA sits you in your box anyway, so you don't need to be dropping back or anything like that. So 65 just pushes you up the field, gets you ready to launch into midfield, and then get up to Ronaldo. Now the build-up play, this is where I mentioned, so they want to counter-attack, but they don't quite counter-attack. They sort of ping it round and then wait for that opportunity, but not in a Barcelona that we've known of, or an Arsenal style in the past. So you got slow build-up, so you're ready for that counter-attack, and then it sort of pushes everybody out of position on the opposite team, and you're not breaking ranks. But then you have your forward runs to get, especially two wingers coming in, and Pogba, if you're using Pogba in that position, to sort of also move up the field. And then your main threat's going to be sort of Bruno in that cam/centre forward role, who's going to be the man who's getting in and bagging them goals for you. So players in the box, we've moved up to 6. You don't want everybody bombing forward, as I say, to prevent counter-attacks yourself, which Man United have been prone to, and especially through that midfield have been absolutely sliced through. But it does offer you enough there to be a threat. Corners, the box are a little bit more crowded. For simulation purposes, we've put it on 3. If you're worried about the counter-attack, which this game is prone to, you can drop it down to 1, 2 if you wish. But as I say, this is trying to emulate Man United's current formation and tactics. And then free kicks, it's generally Telles, Ronaldo on the ball, who's going to try and whip it in. A couple of others will have a go at it. Not too many in the box. They sort of hover around the outside. And again, you don't want to be hit by that counter. So player instructions is where it gets semi-interesting. Now, De Gea does sometimes operate as a sweep keeper. So if you want to, you can do, but he's also sometimes quite lazy and lethargic, and he's never had that commanding presence in his box. So I've left him on presence based on just as I perceive it, but he's not a warrior in the box. He doesn't command his defence. He's very reserved, and he can be quite lazy. But if you want to, as I say, every now and again he'll play as a sweeper keeper and cover his back line, but more often than not the case. Your 2 central defenders are sort of ball playing anyway, so they hold up the ball and then they pass it back. So stay back while attacking, normal interceptions, stick to position. There's no need for them to be anywhere else. Your 2 wing backs. So if it's Wan-Bissaka we're looking at, he's just stay back while attacking, helps with his back line, normal interceptions, mixed attack, nothing to change here. Over on the left-hand side, Telles will go forward sometimes, but not all the times. It depends, again, because Man U are in such a strange area of play. It's like sometimes they want to go, but they're not quite. So we have him everything unbalanced, and then the only other option to change is overlap. So should your Rashford cut in, Telles can run up and be the man to cross in, or to be sort of a false positive, where people think you're going to go back to him, go wide and whip it in. You can do if you wish, but it's just sort of as a decoy. Over to midfield, so you've got McTominay is the little sort of, not rat in midfield, but, the Sonic the Hedgehog, Tasmanian Devil, who don't stop. So he's the one. Seems to be a thing with these Scottish players that are coming in. So McTominay, what's his name? Robertson and our very own Tierney seem to be injecting a bit of life into Premier League at the minute, and hopefully, especially the younger lads, can keep up with it. But cut passing lanes, so he's your pure CDM. So on cut passing lanes, because he wants to stop them pesky through balls, it also goes hand in hand with that pressure on heavy touch. So should somebody be there, he's ready to pounce on it and then get it out to one of your playmakers. Stay back while attacking. to cover that defensive back line for you. Aggressive interceptions. As I say, this is your guy who's going to be chasing people down. We don't like to do it, but we have to sometimes. Your AI defender, he's going to be there sort of putting extra pressure on people, and then obviously you want him on cover centre and stick to position. Over on the left-hand side of things, we've got usually what would be Pogba. As I say, you can put Fred in and have, again, more defensive-minded if you wish. Have to sort of stay back, but otherwise it's Pogba, who's more of a playmaker, box-to-box midfielder. So everything on balanced with him. So if you want, you can push him to get forward if you want that more attacking presence, but you shouldn't need it. But everything balanced on Pogba, and the only thing to change is cover centre. Wingers, there's a slight difference between them. So as I say, these sort of play as like inverted attackers, if you like. So even though you've got the lone man, the threat does come from out wide. So over on the left side, you'll see Rashford more often than not sort of coming in. A bit more like Sterling sort of thing. He's the more predominant attacking threat than over on the right-hand side. So basic defensive sort, cut inside, getting behind, and get in the box for the cross. And all this does is sort of brings you into a spearhead. Ronaldo's obviously leading the way. You can leave Ronaldo, as I say, in this day and age, he's not got that explosive. Well, he has, he still will sprint, but he's not. He conserves his energy, picks his plays, still will do people, but he's always been that guy. Like you can see it from interviews with Neville. It's not just coming from an outsider, but anybody who's played with him in the past will say that they had to work around him, and that's what your players are doing in this. You're not having them track back. They're ready for their attack. They're going to come in for the opposite flank. So if you're working up the right, your left's going to come in. If you're working on the left, your right's going to come in. And then you've got that extra threat in front of goal. So you're almost going to a 4-3-3. But as you'll see later, we move into a 4-2-4 and then drop off to defend. So basic defensive support, cut inside, getting behind, getting the box across, normal interceptions. Over on the right, pretty similar. However, we have stay on the edge of the box across. Couple of reasons for this. So one is more of a playmaker on the right. So this is going to be your guy who can lay it off to Bruno who's coming in. You can sort of whip it across to Rashford as he's making the darting run. If Pogba comes forward, you can lay it off to him for the long shot or build up. But it also leaves you not massively with Bruno's going to be getting forward. Ronaldo's not one to track back. Rashford's going to have come in and Pogba may have pushed up. So with you being just on the edge of the box for the cross, you're not crowding it and having a free-for-all, but you can also drop back and cover that sort of central midfield role, and also that cam position to sort of play back into the box and stop the counter-attack should you so need it. Into Bruno Fernandes. Very attack-minded player, big threat, and he's going to be a big threat in game for you. So, but there's not too much to change. Stay forward and stay on the edge of the box for the cross. Now, the reason you can, if you wish, if you want to be more attacking, have him get in the box for crosses. However, Bruno's sort of like a bit like a vulture. I mean, he's deadly from anywhere, especially with his long-range shots. And again, you can see that he's a bit greedy in his play style. Now, he can play it off, but when he sees goal, he wants to go for it. So, again, he's not one... He can play in that defensive role. He's a very, very well-rounded player when his head's in the game. But when he's in that cam position, he's ready to go, and it's backing Ronaldo up as well. Should you break, if they're backline, if they're playing a deep line or whatever, Ronaldo's not really going to break through all the time. So as your two wingers are coming in to support, Bruno's going to be that guy, almost as a false nine, but comes in and can either break through, overtake his striker and go for the net, or he's somebody to lay it off to, or should the players try and counter-attack or they knock it out, Bruno's going to be there to do some damage for you. And last but not least is the man Anthony Martial. No. Or Ronaldo. So, as I say, he's about 84 years old now. and he's just an absolute machine, just an enigma of the game. There's a couple of players that just seem to get better as they're older, and even though they're slowing down, I mean, Messi's Messi, he's just unreal. Zlatan just seems to be getting better as he's aged, and Ronaldo's just, even though, you know, injuries plague him and you can see it in his game a bit, he's just an absolute, you know, world beater. But saying that, and he has always been, I mean, he used to do his step overs and things, but he's always been a greedy player. And he's got he score goals, that's all he wants to do. And like I say, he's not one to press, he's not one to track back. So we've replicated that in game. So stay central, target man, conservative interceptions, and stay forward. So you're just going to have him holding up play, ready on that back line to go. You play it in. And the reason we have target man on is because, one, he's got the agility to turn and go through. He's got the shooting to hit from range should he need to. But you're going to have Bruno pushing forward, which with him staying on the edge of the box for crosses, Bruno's going to run forward. People are going to think he's going to run forward. Now you can either trigger it with LB and run him forward and lay it off with Ronaldo, or you can lay it back to Bruno, get Ronaldo gone with that run, and then you've got Sancho or Greenwood, Rashford, whoever you're playing out wide, coming in, ready to do some damage as well. And that's about it, my chums. So as always, if this has been any help, if you've enjoyed the video, you like the content, give it a thumbs up. If there's anything you want to see down, you know, just comment down below. I do enjoy doing these videos, but more often than not, what we're seeing is nobody subscribing. The subscribers sort of flew up, and then it's just sort of hit a plateau. So they're getting the views, we're not getting the subscribers. So that's down to you guys. Just hit that subscribe button. You know, the more subscribers we get, the more inclined I'm to do more content like this. And then if you can share it among friends, you know, get the word out there, we'll do what we can for you. As I say, it's a no-nonsense channel. I don't clickbait you. Don't tell you dirty, sweaty tactics or such. It's, you know, it's what you ask for. And hopefully in the coming weeks, we're starting to get some SBCs now. We're going to move into bronze pack method, hopefully. We'll do some feedback on that, do an hour or so on that and see how that's coming. And then should there be anything else that I pick up, obviously we'll go from there. I would like to do all the major leagues and squads for these tactics. Let me know if you want to see that down below. As I say, I'm open to doing squad builders. I've started hybriding out now. My squad's not fantastic at the minute, but it works for me. Dybala is the absolute beast. As I said, we don't play like that in game. I'm looking for potentially Arturo and what's his name, Kylo Ren, Tonali to maybe take over these two spots here, but we shall see. But that's enough waffling from me. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, we've said it once, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see anything, you disagree with anything, you're unsure with anything, comment down below. And then the biggest favour you can do for me is subscribe and share this video. But until then, guys, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your weekend league, enjoy FIFA, stay safe, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the next one. But as always, peace and love, guys.